What's up, rookies? Today we're going to talk about goal setting. Somebody give me a reason.
Purpose.
Purpose. It shows your purpose. Gives you a purpose to get up in the morning. Someone else give me something else.
Gives you a direction to work in.
Yeah, direction to work in, right? Gives you a direction. Let's say that on Saturday you had an open house and a buyer to meet, but you also had a chance to go to the Dave Miller Band concert.
If you have a goal in mind, which is getting maybe an offer on a listing, or you have an option to go to Dave Matthews Band, you get an offer on the listing, and then you can go to Dave Matthews Band, right?
That's right.
It happened to me.
That's exactly right. I call it Dave Miller
Dave
Band.
Matthews Band.
I know Dave Matt. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Not really, but I'll pretend like he is. Okay, yeah, that's very cool. Okay, someone else, give me another reason. Give me another reason you got to have a goal, real quick.
That's a way to stay motivated.
A way to stay motivated, right? When you're having those tough times, you guys ever had an inspection that didn't go right? A buyer who wanted too much, a seller who was thinking about not selling because things weren't going exactly right. You guys ever had that happen before? Yes. Right? Goals help you what in those situations?
Push through.
Push through. That's exactly right, because every day is not going to be easy. Right, Emily?
Right. We're constantly growing, and it's crap. You have to do something that's uncomfortable. You have to respond to this big inspection, and that's uncomfortable for you. That kind of happened to me once. It was a monster inspection, and it got a little tricky in there, and I was not comfortable. But it was in my goals, to do that deal, and so it pushed myself to do it.
You got through it. You don't wimp out on it, saying, "Oh, this is just a little too hard for me." You go, I need to make some money. I have some things I'm trying to accomplish by the end of the year, and I need to see this through. I'm not going to wimp out. I'm going to find a way to get it done. Is that true? Goals help you do that? Greg, you have some wisdom for us?
It's the the goals that help you achieve your vision for your life, whatever it is, whether it's short term, what am I going to do this year, or long term, what do I want to do with my life when I grow up, right? And so you have to set those attainable goals, make them realistic, because if you make them too unattainable, you get disappointed when you don't reach them, and that impacts your confidence. Right, so you set these attainable goals, and then you accomplish them, and then you move to the next one. But they all have to be tied to whatever vision it is that you have for your life. Whether I want to go on a vacation this year, so I need to do this, or I want to buy a house, get married, all these greater things. All of your goals need to be tied to the vision for your life.
Very good. Goals are super important. So you guys have all been there. Brand new agent comes in, right? What do they tell you? They're like, "Oh, I'm going to make $500,000 my first year. I'm going to sell $5 million house. I'm going to do all this stuff." What's the first question you ask them?
Why?
Why? Right? We're going to ask them why, right? Why is that question so important?
Because it's at the essence, again, of everything that we do. What is our why? As a human being, everything we do has got some sort of why attached to it. So if we're going to come in and we're going to do all these great things in real estate, okay, cool. Why? Because if you know that why, then you can tailor your goals and your vision and all that other stuff, but you got to know what the why is. Yeah. And on a team, with all of us people around, we all need to know what each other's why is within reason. We don't need to know what Jared's why is all the time, but within reason, we want to know what the why is so we can help everybody accomplish that.
That's right. That's right. Someone gave me 3 good characteristics of a goal.
Your goal needs to be, you need to be passionate about your goal. You need to be emotional. It needs to cause you emotion. It needs to be something that physically and emotionally drives you. And then it needs to cause you stress. Nothing about a good goal if it doesn't cause you stress. I mean, it's got to be something where if I'm not accomplishing my goal, I am stressed out. I'm not sleeping at night. You need to have a goal that has those three things.
Nice job. Let's talk about those 3 things, because those are the 3 most important things about a goal, right? So what's the first one you said?
You got to be passionate.
Passionate about it, right? It has to move you. It has to be something that gets you up in the morning, right? You like sleeping until 10? This should be something that gets you up at 7, right? It should be. What is a good goal to get you up early in the morning?
Yeah, I want to go on vacation. Never been to Disneyland, so that's one thing I want to go do.
You want to go to Disneyland. Like, I'm going to go to Disneyland. The only way I'm going to get to Disneyland is to get off my butt, out of my bed, and get prospecting, right? Very good. Someone else.
So my goal is to buy a house. Just knowing the importance of being a homeowner. So it's got to be something that makes you get up in the morning.
Very cool. That's exactly right. Anyone here have kids? Anyone here have kids? Grandkids? Yes. Is that a reason to get up in the morning? They create passion. Absolutely. They make you want to do things. You look at them in the eyes, and Emily, do you want to look at your kids, your boys? You want to tell them one day? You want to tell them one day, "Hey, I'm sorry, kids. I know you really wanted to go on vacation, but I couldn't get my butt up. I didn't want to make my calls. I didn't want to do my things. I know I should have done this, but I just didn't want to. Is that a conversation you want to have with your children?
Absolutely not. No, my kids remind me all the time that they want to go to Disneyland. So we have it in the books, and they remind me often. So
We got to have a team trip to Disneyland, huh? Team trip to Disneyland. Who's in with that? Yeah, bam! Right, Greg, talk to me.
All the other things that Jared talked about, but passion is just that it's that one thing that just creates the creative energy inside of you. And whether it's getting your kids to Disneyland or, a lot of these things are kind of short-term goals, right? Because it's just like, I'm excited about this and I want to be motivated to go. But passion is just, it's the energy behind that goal setting. It's just the energy there.
Very good. The second thing, what was it again?
Emotion.
Emotion. Let me tell you, when you're talking to your kids about, when you call your kids, you go to the dinner table and you're like, I hate to tell you this, kids, but we're not going to Disneyland. Right? Does that create some emotion? Does that move you? Is that something that just hitting your goals, not hitting goals, does it create emotion in you? Anyone been goal setting and you get emotional? You know what I mean? Like emotional, like you want to cry because it means so much to you. If your goals don't make you emotional, it's not a good goal. It's not a good goal. You've got to really think about what's important to me. What is really important to me? Not like, if I sell 30 homes, then I'm going to be able to buy a bigger house. That's not emotional. That's not big enough. You got to think about the exact why. Because I'm going to have my grandkids, I'm going to have my kids out, and they're going to have this pool, they're going to do this, and my life is going to be this way, and they're going to live happily ever after. My kids are going to think this way, right? They're going to know this about me. I'm going to create something that's going to live longer than I do. Those things are emotional. Those things really get to you, and it has to be that big. What's the last thing on that list? Stressful. There's a lot of different ways to look at the stress by goals, right? The stress because you didn't do it, and the stress because you have to do it. Someone talk to me about those.
Well, you have to manage that, right? You have to pay attention to that because it can't just be stress in the traditional way that everybody thinks. Oh, stress, that's bad. It's going to give me a heart attack. It's going to kill me. That's not the kind of stress we're talking about, right? We're talking about the kind of stress that you feel because you have this motivation to get this done. And it's, I don't know, it's like good stress. Mm-hmm. There's bad cholesterol and good cholesterol. There's bad stress and there's good stress. And this is good stress where you put yourself under a little bit of pressure to make sure that you can accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. And it should make you stressful. It should be like, okay, I'm trying to get this done. If you don't accomplish it and you don't feel stress from not accomplishing it, then you probably didn't have enough passion in the first place to make it a good goal. So you should feel a little bit of that as you're trying to build to it. And if you don't accomplish it, first of all, it's okay. Accept the fact, don't kill yourself if you don't accomplish your goals, but you have to identify why I didn't and what can I do to accomplish them next time. And there's that good stress. There's that good stress level inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you got to choose your hard. Like, it's hard to be broke, but it's hard trying to get wealth, So it's like, what are you going to choose,
Great point. Choose your hard. It's a great way to put that. No matter what, it's going to be hard. You can just live, but living is boring. Choose your hard. Either be broke and just deal with it, whine and complain because you're broke, or else whine and complain because you're doing everything and it's hard, but you're getting through it and you can accomplish something. That's a big deal. What does uncomfortable have to do with goals and with stress? Let's say that you hated to do videos, but one of your goals on here, one of your goals on this sheet had to do 30 videos because you know that it's going to move the needle as far as people knowing that you're in real estate. Are you uncomfortable doing those 30 videos?
Yes. When I first started doing it, it was uncomfortable. But the more and more that I did it, it got easier.
Yeah. Who else has another example of something to move your needle that makes you uncomfortable, build stress in your body, but you need to do it in order to hit your goal? Anybody else?
Yeah, I've been trying to get up at 5 a.m, go to the gym, and it's been uncomfortable because I want to sleep in, but I want a better physique and I want to be strong, so.
Yeah, because that means you have to go to bed earlier, right?
Yeah, and I can't stay up till midnight playing basketball or anything.
You can't. Okay, those are great examples. Goals are really important to your survival and to you being able to be everything that you want to be. I want everybody that's listening to this and everyone at this table to have a life that's very fulfilled. I want you to attain your goals. I want you to just kick some butt and take some names. All right? So goals, they're super important. Let's make it happen, guys. Goals are important. Do it. Bam!